Hello, I am Dr. Kent J. Smith, Jr., President of Langston University. And on behalf of the Board of Regents for the Oklahoma Agricultural and Mechanical Colleges, the University Administration, faculty, students, and graduates, I welcome you to the 120th commencement exercise at Langston University. We're gathered here to celebrate the achievement of the members of the graduating class of 2020 and to offer them our best wishes for continued success. Class of 2020, I commend you on your outstanding accomplishments and perseverance. Even though we're unable to meet in person today due to COVID-19, please know that I am incredibly proud of each and every one of you. To those celebrating this event with us, thank you for being with us, as I know it means a lot to the graduates. Special recognition is due to the parents, grandparents, and guardians of our graduating seniors who are here witnessing with pride and joy another milestone in the life of their student. Thank you to all of you, all family members, and all who have supported these graduates for entrusting your children and your loved ones' education to Langston University. The greatest measure of any college or university is in its teaching and research faculty. Langston's faculty is made up of a diverse, accomplished, and committed group of scholars. To our faculty members, thank you for your many contributions to the university and most certainly to our students. This accomplishment would not be possible without you. In addition, I'd also like to recognize members of the Administrative Council. Without a strong administrative team, our university would not be able to achieve the goals and objectives of the institution. To our staff and our alumni, your work does not go unnoticed. It takes all of us in order to be a successful team, and certainly dealing in a pandemic, this has not been an exception. To open our program, we will now hear the national anthem led by Mr. Jarrell Smallwood, former Student Government Association president and current graduating senior.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hello, graduates, families, and loved ones. I'm Dr. Ruth Ray Jackson, Vice President for Academic Affairs. We are so happy that you're joining us today to celebrate our 2020 graduates. During this virtual commencement, you'll be addressed by our academic deans, senior class president, and the speaker for this occasion, Mrs. Shelley Looper Wilson. But first, I would like to take an opportunity to recognize the graduates who were selected by their deans as outstanding students for each school. School of Agriculture and Applied Sciences, Anya Williams. School of Arts and Sciences, Erin Richardson. School of Business, Dusty Rowland. School of Education and Behavioral Sciences, Jared Weathers. School of Nursing and Health Professions, Ashley Sims. School of Physical Therapy, Hannah Herman. Congratulations to these graduates who were recognized as outstanding students for each school. At this time, I welcome Mr. Jarrell Smallwood to the podium to introduce our commencement speaker.
Hello, I am Jarrell Smallwood, and I had the honor of serving as the president of the Student Government Association for the 2019-2020 academic school year. I am honored to share with you our speaker for today's special occasion. Shelley Looper Wilson is a motivational speaker, content expert, panelist, and workshop facilitator who loves exploring the possibilities of what can happen when we harness our collective power and create the change we want to see in the world. Among the topics she loves to passionately engage in the most are Black women's histories, artistic activism, social justice, and civil rights, including voting, reproductive, and environmental. Professionally, she's a contributing editor and columnist for the Texas-based iMedia Corporation. Her column, Words of Wilson, is featured in newspapers across the country. Shelley serves as the president of the Clara Looper Legacy Foundation, a nonprofit she founded to expand the legacy of her mother, civil rights activist Clara Looper, through the preservation of African American history and culture and the implementation of programs and services that nurture the next generation of citizens dedicated to the academic excellence and public service. Shelley is working on several new projects, including a book celebrating the lives of some lesser-known Black women who led incredibly fascinating and empowering lives, and a podcast with her husband entitled Health and History that merges both their passions and will launch later this year. As a college student, Shelley made history at the 1994 NAACP National Convention by becoming the first youth ever elected to the NAACP National Board of Directors at Large, position where she was able to make an impact during a pivotal time of transition for the nation's oldest and largest civil rights organization. Currently, Shelley serves as the International Secretary for Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, the oldest Greek-lettered organization established by African-American college-educated women. In this role, she also serves as Executive Secretary to the Alpha Kappa Alpha Educational Advancement Foundation and the Alpha Kappa Alpha Housing Foundation. Shelley has a true passion for inspiring youth and helping them develop into their full potential so they are prepared to pursue their purpose. She is active with various youth charities and also maintains active membership in numerous civic, academic, and social groups. Shelley is a native Oklahoma City and product of Oklahoma City Public Schools. She is an E.P. McCabe Scholar, a recipient of the National Thurgood Marshall Scholarship, a summa cum laude graduate of Langston University receiving her BA in Broadcast Journalism. Shelley also has a master's degree in multicultural women's and gender studies with an emphasis on African American women from Texas Women's University in Denton, Texas. She's happily married to Dr. Mark A. Wilson, and the couple resides in Frisco, Texas, with their 3 daughters, Sasha, age 17, Sydney, age 15, and Sage, age 10, and her favorite son, William, age 6. It is my pleasure to introduce to you our 2020 keynote speaker, Ms. Shelley Looper Wilson.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Jarrell Smallwood, for that wonderful introduction. And also a big thank you to Dr. Kent Smith, the president of my beloved institution, for extending this invitation for me to come back home to dear Langston for this momentous occasion. Greetings to our esteemed members of the faculty, family, friends, and most importantly, to you, the special group that has brought us together at this time, the Langston University Class of 2020. I am so honored to be here with you. Now we know college graduation is a big deal. It's important not only to us, but it's also important to those whose sacrifices, whose dreams, whose work made it possible for this moment. Whether you are a 3rd-generation Langston graduate, as I am, or the first in your family to graduate, the pride, joy, and love felt by those celebrating you and your accomplishments on this day is immeasurable right now. For many decades, we have celebrated this moment in the same way, wrought with tradition, pomp and circumstance, and a lexicon of special terms like academic regalia, processing down the aisle, conferring of degrees. You probably pictured your family yelling out your name as it was called, or saying, "That's my baby." As much as Dr. Smith and others have told you to remember the solemnity of this occasion and to keep it classy, I know that you have been perfecting your walk, your stroll, your dance, your twirl, your hop, your signature move that would go down in commencement history as you accepted your degree, confirming that you earned every bit of it. HBCU graduations are like none other. And you probably envisioned this day to be much like those in the past. 2020 was supposed to represent clarity of vision and perfect sight, but I know not one of us saw this coming. Our sense of normalcy has been forever altered as the world we thought we knew is challenging us and stretching us in ways that we could never have imagined. I graduated from Langston 25 years ago. I remember a lot of things about that day, albeit the day was far less remarkable than yours. I remember the family members who traveled from out of town. I remember the incessant rain that just would not let my hair be great. I remember the circle of my Alpha Zeta sisters as we sang, "Dear Alpha Kappa Alpha," one last time on the yard. But of all the things I remember, I don't have a clue who the commencement speaker was, and I certainly don't remember anything they said. Now, I hope that's not true for you, but if you take away nothing else, think about those very special memories that you created and you cultivated here at Langston. It's fascinating that I don't remember the speaker, however, I can remember as if it were yesterday, my first day of class. It was personal and social development, and the freshman class took it together all as a group, right here in this auditorium. Dr. Joanne Clark looked at each one of us and said, "Statistics say that half of you in this room won't make it to graduation. Look at the person to your left and the one on the right. They say one of you won't make it. Are you going to listen to the statistics, or are you going to make your own? We at Langston," she said, "will do everything in our power to ensure you graduate, but you have to do your part." I probably didn't understand the profoundness of that statement then as I do now. But what Dr. Clark was sharing was an intrinsic value, unique and at the core of historically Black colleges and universities. Yes, she was telling us, be successful. Yes, she was telling us, graduate. But more importantly, she was telling us to look out for our classmates and help them make it also. She was instilling in us the importance of community and concern for someone other than ourselves. She understood that statistics are based on someone else's projection for our lives. For most of us, our imagination of what is possible has been constricted because all the statistics, the data, and naysayers want us to believe that we are not brilliant, that we are not accomplished, that we are not worth listening to, that we are not qualified, not worthy to seek seats in the spaces of power and influence. But she wanted us to reshift our thinking and unashamedly lean into our greatness. Just as it was for me, you, each and every one of you, have been nurtured in this Langston family, a space where Black lives have always mattered. As many celebrate the accomplishments of Stacey Abrams, Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, we cannot ignore the fact that these phenomenal women honed their skills, deepened their love for community, and began crafting visions for a more just world on the campuses of their respective HBCUs. Our relevance, our significance, our magic can no longer be questioned or ignored. The lessons learned here should undoubtedly prepare you for life. Forget New York. If you can make it at Langston, you can make it anywhere. Trust me. As I was walking in this auditorium, I was reminded of another experience that happened my freshman year. I decided to run for freshman class president, and I was ready. I thought my speech was great. My campaign materials were bomb. I had the perfect orange dress. And when I stood on this very stage and I gave that speech, the crowd went wild. I sat down confident that they had understood the vision that I had articulated for our freshman class. Now, the last person to speak, however, took the opportunity in her speech to totally berate me. Instead of sharing her dreams and her visions, her whole speech was why this university and our freshman class should not be about me. No, Shelley Looper, it is about all of us, she said. Now, I tell you, the crowd went wilder. If Southwest had that bell that could ding, take me away, I certainly would have pressed that button. I didn't want to go to class after that. I was embarrassed. My feelings were hurt. You know, thank God there was no social media back then because even though it wasn't physical, it was a world star worthy knockout. But I thought if I don't go to class or if I just stay shelled up in my room, then she'll think that she's got the best of me. And I knew that that wasn't my last chance at leadership. Now, when I called my mother, she said, you know, there's always a lesson to be learned in anything. So appreciate this opportunity for that and know that what's yours is yours and God always has something better for you. So I took that lesson and made sure moving forward, whenever I articulated visions of leadership and service, that everyone could see how much they were included, that it was a collective movement that would get us from point A to point Z, a lesson well learned. Now, Dr. Ernest L. Holloway was the president of Langston when I was here. He was always so excited to see us, as I'm sure Dr. Smith does the same. He always welcomed us with huge smiles and warmness and was so excited about the next chapters of our lives. He told us not to question the relevance and rigor of the education we would receive here. He told us in 4 years when we walked across the stage on graduation day, we could be anything, do anything, and go anywhere with pride, knowing that we had everything that we needed to be successful. He told us to walk boldly into the future and go from Langston to the world. The funny thing is, I believed him. I believed that I could go from Langston to the world. Now, I need you to believe that as well. You belong in any room that you enter. You are worthy to sit at any table afforded you, and you are empowered to build tables of power of your own. Now, you will face challenges in your life, but what I know for sure is they may be in the form of a person. Sometimes it could be in the form of systems and structures that want you to settle in and just wait your turn. But you decide when that turn is. Now, make sure you're ready. Don't just show up without having put in the work, but refuse to live in someone else's vision for your life. If you keep waiting, you'll never get the chance to make history. And as you make history, which I know each and every one of you will, don't be that person who wants to be the only one at the table. Don't live in a scarcity mindset that has you thinking there is only room for one. If you're the only one at the table, your goal needs to be ensuring that you are not the only one at the table. So, class of 2020, you who have experienced so many once-in-a-100-year occurrences all at the same time, you are experiencing a rapidly changing world. But I believe the world is ready for righteous change. I won't deny that there is uncertainty, anxiety about the world right now, and I can't begin to fathom the many emotions you may be feeling. Global pandemic, economic uncertainty, changes to industry we thought would always be around, the constant reminder to self to unmute, and the bold resurgence of white supremacy. You are trying to survive through trauma that comes from wondering if you go out for a jog, will you, like Ahmaud Arbery, be murdered by those who think they have that right because in their eyes, you don't belong. The trauma that comes from no longer sleeping peacefully because Breonna Taylor reminds you so much of yourself. The trauma brought on from simply living in a nation threatened by your beautiful blackness. Will I be another hashtag that is tweeted today and forgotten tomorrow? I get it. The world you're walking into is not the same as the one I did 25 years ago. But I also realized the world I walked into was not the same as my sisters in the 1960s. The world my sister walked into was not the same as the 1940s world my mother left this campus and boldly walked into. And my mother's was not like those who came before her. But what I know is this: we all leave here with the desire to make our mark on the world, the vision to see the world as it could be and not as it is, the skills and the confidence to do our part to make it better for those who will follow. Poet Sonia Sanchez always challenges us to think more deeply about the work that we intend to do. She often asks the question, how does it free us? In whatever you seek to do, ask yourself, how does this free us? Am I seeking this work to stack racks on racks on racks? Or will this financial independence change the trajectory of my family, my community? Am I in it for the likes and shares, or is it about freedom for all of us? Be clear about your intention, as COVID-19 and the way it has disproportionately impacted our communities. As this election has revealed, everyone who said that they were for us were not. The multiple pandemics we are living through have reminded us at the end of the day, we all we got. It is on us. It is our work. It is our love and concern for one another that will free us. So go forth and take all of you, your joy, your brilliance. Refuse to turn down your volume and keep illuminating every space you enter with your divinely colorful selves. Do you, be you, the world will adjust. How proud our ancestors must be today, witnessing this collective of love and brilliance. You are the fulfillment of their dreams. Our celebration and accomplishments are happening on the roads that they paved for our survival. May we never forget. Congratulations, graduates, and thank you for allowing me the honor and privilege to share in this momentous occasion with you. God bless and keep you until we meet again.
Hello, Langston graduates, faculty, staff, students, family, friends, and President Smith. I am Riley Wilson, the 2019-2020 Senior Class President. On behalf of Langston University graduating class of 2020, we thank you, Ms. Looper Wilson, for your amazing words of encouragement. You are truly an inspiration, not only to myself, but to my fellow Langston Lions. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity to get a final message to my graduates. Whew, we finally made it. It's been a long time coming, but here we are. If this tells you anything, is that when the world is against the class of 2020, the class of 2020 fights back even harder. If we can graduate during a global pandemic, then what is holding us back from achieving our ultimate dreams? At this time, I would like to recognize and take a moment of silence for those who have lost a loved one or been affected due to COVID-19. Thank you. So, I know we've been waiting for this moment for a cool little minute now, so I'll make my speech quick. My name is Riley Wilson, and I am the Class of 2020 President. And before I go any further, I would like to first and foremost thank my Lord and Savior for the people and life moments He has given to me. Next, I would like to thank my mom, dad, and brother for always believing in me and supporting me throughout this crazy journey called life. Lastly, I would like to thank Langston University for the lifetime of friends, coaches, and opportunities it has provided for me. With that being said, here's a brief description of my time and experience at Langston University. I stepped on a campus in the fall of 2016 as a scared, first-generational college student. My parents nor myself understood what I was getting myself into. Yes, the transition was not perfect, but in those moments itself, President Smith seemed to have the perfect answers. He assured me and my parents that he would watch out for their little girl and that Langston University had her back. Well, Dr. Smith, those words shaped me into who I am today. Thank you for seeing the potential in this small-town girl and giving her a chance. Your actions and words spoke volumes that day, and I realized I wanted to be the influential light to others with the kindness you showed me. With that being said, the characteristics I want to portray post-graduation is one, to always be showing compassion as President Smith did throughout all my years at Langston University. Demonstrate gentleness like Miss Lawrence. Show professionalism and grace like Dean Pollard. Be smooth and have a listening ear like Prov G. Have wit and sternness like Dr. Bean and Dr. Delk. Patience and diligence like Dr. Farmer. Caring, and I could honestly go on and on about this lady, but loving like Mama Creef. Supportive like Coach Bell. Bold, vibrant, and full of philanthropy like my Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated men. Friendly and colorful like Butch, always. Hardworking like Nino, Q, and the rest of their crew. And lastly, I always want to fill rooms with great laughter, love, and joy, as Professor Hill did over in Jones Hall and in the band room. I want to share a little advice with the classes on their way to graduation. It's okay not to be perfect, but always strive to do your best. Work hard and be quick to love and slow to anger. Use the resources that are available to you on campus because it is okay to ask for help. Finally, have fun, enjoy the organizations, but never forget the real reason and everything it took for you to be here. Do you know what sets Langston University apart from others? It may not be the perfect university, but it's truly a family. You know, I personally joke around saying I one day hope I find a man that loves me as much as I love my dear LU, and I'm becoming to realize it's a fact. I will always love and show deep pride for the university that has given me so much. To my classmates, I firmly believe I'm looking into the eyes of future lawyers, doctors, entrepreneurs, nurses, and those who want to one day own their own nonprofit organization. Yeah, my class is pretty amazing. I know these are not ideal times to celebrate our accomplishments, but through these trials, you got to not only get that degree for yourself, but for that mom, dad, aunt, uncle, or grandparent as well. And this is not a time to take that lightly. COVID-19 may have canceled our in-person ceremony, but COVID-19 did not cancel our credentials. In closing, here's to my classmates who are on their way to becoming the next prominent leaders who others will soon want to follow. Strive for nothing but excellence because we label ourselves, meaning we determine who we are and who we want to be. Always remember, God did not bring you this far to let you fail now. One of my favorite Bible verses is Proverbs 3:5, which reads, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean on not your own understandings." Through the worries and doubts, there will always be a greater plan larger than you or I. Stay strong in who you are and take pride in where you come from. Forever and always, L's up. Now, please welcome President Smith back to the podium as he will introduce the President's Cup Award recipient.
Established in 2010, the President's Cup Award, which is awarded annually, recognizes one member of the graduating class seeking his or her first baccalaureate degree, and also honors one who has consistently demonstrated outstanding academic achievement and meritorious character, and also one who exemplifies the timeless human values of leadership, exemplary character, respect for oneself, and scholarly achievement. Please join me in congratulating Ms. Anya Williams on all of her accomplishments and the selection as the 2020 President's Cup Award recipient. Anya was an agricultural science major with a concentration in agribusiness. She is from Beggs, Oklahoma, and the daughter of Cher and Edmondson Williams. After graduation, Anya accepted a position at the Farm Service Agency as a farm loan officer. She plans to earn a master's degree in higher education and later pursue law school. Anya intends to go into policymaking as a state representative and then to pursue a career in higher education at Langston University. Once again, please join me in recognizing Ms. Anya Williams as the 2020 recipient of the President's Cup Award. Anya, we look forward to sending you your award, and it also comes with a check prize, which we will also send you as well. Congratulations, and thank you for all that you've done while a student at Langston University. I now would like to welcome Dr. Alicia Pollard to the podium as she will present the 2020 doctoral graduates from the School of Physical Therapy.
Hello, I am Dr. Alicia Pollard, Dean of the School of Physical Therapy. I would like to personally congratulate the 2020 Physical Therapy graduates. This graduating class will be forever associated with becoming physical therapists during the time of COVID-19. They have had to overcome more challenges than any other graduating class. I applaud their accomplishments, and I share their joy in the opportunities that lie ahead of them. I am honored that the 2020 graduates from the School of Physical Therapy has satisfied the course requirements and are official graduates of Langston University.
Dr. Abby Renee Dickerson, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Dr. Brianna Jamore Dillon, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Dr. Jaleesa B. Fisher, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Dr. Lindsay Hardy, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Dr. Mart Delshawn Harrison, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Dr. Rachel Adeline Headkey, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Dr. Hannah Lee Herman, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Dr. Sonia Ann Lucas, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Dr. Matthew Shane McDonald, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Dr. Kelsey D. Mossberg, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Dr. Jessica Lynn Schooley, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Dr. Susanna Torres, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Dr. Courtney Renee Townsend, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Hello, graduates and families. I am Dr. Emily Patterson Harris, Dean, School of Education and Behavioral Sciences. I have the honor of recognizing our graduates who received their graduate degree in the following: Master of Education, Master of Science in Rehabilitation Counseling, Master of Science in Visual Rehabilitation Services, Master of Entrepreneurial Studies. They have satisfied the course requirements as prescribed and are official graduates of Langston University. Congratulations to our graduates and their families. Graduates, as you continue the Langston University legacy of enriching lives and excellence in service, remember, good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is the best. Again, our heartiest congratulations.
Tiffany Maria Flalo Williams, Master of Education, Urban Education. Danae LaShawn Alexander, Master of Science, Rehabilitation Counseling. Orville Vernon Ball, Master of Science, Rehabilitation Counseling. AJ LaCole Brown, Master of Education, Urban Education. Stephanie Christian Bruner, Master of Science, Rehabilitation Counseling. Nastasia Fantroy, Master of Science, Rehabilitation Counseling. Douglas Chad Goodner, Master of Science, Rehabilitation Counseling. Darren R. Griffin, Master of Science, Rehabilitation Counseling. Tamara O. Griffin, Master of Education, Urban Education. Lauren Denise Harding, Master of Education, Urban Education. John Curtis Hayes, Master of Education, Urban Education. Zachary LaRon Horn, Master of Science, Rehabilitation Counseling. Charles Ivy, Master of Science, Urban Education. Danielle Tanisha Jones, Master of Education, Urban Education. Rashida J. Jones, Master of Science, Rehabilitation Counseling. Alamont Shadia Karam, Master of Science, Rehabilitation Counseling. Lindar M. Ledbetter, Master of Science, Rehabilitation Counseling. Cedric L. McGee, Master of Science, Rehabilitation Counseling. Diana A. Montoya, Master of Science, Rehabilitation Counseling. Ignacio Murillo Aguilera, Master of Science, Rehabilitation Counseling. Sharon E. Nelson, Master of Science, Rehabilitation Counseling. Constance Ogun Tajiro Nuagu, Master of Science, Rehabilitation Counseling. Michelle L. Okiri, Master of Science, Rehabilitation Counseling. Brittany Sierra Reed, Master of Education, Urban Education. Alejandra Rivas, Master of Education, Urban Education. Vivian K. Sampson, Master of Science, Rehabilitation Counseling. Alethea R. Satterwhite, Master of Science, Rehabilitation Counseling. Quinta Samo, Master of Science, Rehabilitation Counseling. Matria Smith, Master of Science, Rehabilitation Counseling. Sue Young Sung, Master of Science, Rehabilitation Counseling. Nessie Udo, Master of Science, Rehabilitation Counseling. Yusita Denise White, Master of Science, Rehabilitation Counseling. Gina Wright, Master of Science, Rehabilitation Counseling.
Now, the time you've all been waiting for. I know this year has been truly different and one for the history books. But please know we are so very proud of you and your accomplishments and wish we were together today. It is my pleasure to present the 2020 graduating class from the following schools: the School of Agriculture and Applied Sciences, the School of Arts and Sciences, School of Business, the School of Education and Behavioral Sciences, and the School of Nursing and Health Professions. These graduates have successfully completed the requirements for the following degrees: Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Arts in Education, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Education, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. They have been approved by Langston University, the Board of Regents for the Oklahoma A&M Colleges, and the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education. Mr. President, I am honored to present the 2020 graduating class of Langston University. By the authority vested in me as the Vice President for Academic Affairs, I recommend these graduates who have completed all requirements and are official graduates of Langston University.
Jasmine Renee Barkis, Agricultural Science. Wesley Adair Maximilian Benson, magna cum laude, Agricultural Science. Ashley Nicole Caraway, Child Development. Adolfo Escoto, summa cum laude, Agricultural Science. Jalea L. Flowers, Agricultural Science. Kylie Deanne Fowler, magna cum laude, Agricultural Science. Aisha N. Gibson, Child Development. Xing Guo, Agricultural Science. Gabrielle Nicole Herbison, Agricultural Science. Brenda L. Hollins, Agricultural Science. Charlie Belinda Lau, Agricultural Science. Michaela D. McCall, Agricultural Science. Mary A. Mitchell, Agricultural Science. Brianna Marie Scott, magna cum laude, Family and Consumer Sciences. Meordrick D. Shoemake, Agricultural Science. Derasia Smith Harris, Child Development. Derasia Smith Harris, Family and Consumer Sciences. Joel Lamont Thurman, Agricultural Science. Alexia Marie Thurmond, Agricultural Science. Gabrielle Walker, cum laude, Family and Consumer Sciences. Notori Brianna Weaver, Child Development. Bradley A. Wilkinson, Agricultural Science. Anya Eniton Williams, summa cum laude, Agricultural Science. Jasmine N. Williams, Family and Consumer Sciences. Janae Charisse Addison, General Studies. Malaysia Alexander, Biology. Brianna M. Anderson, cum laude, biology. Jasmine Renee Barkis, general studies. Wesley Adair Maximilian Benson, general studies. Diane S. Bibbs, general studies. Whitney H. Blair, sociology. Monique Vashon Bonds, general studies. Monique Vashon Bonds, broadcast journalism. Telorial C. Bonds, broadcast journalism. Isaiah Alexander Boykins, criminal justice. Wanya Carell Burrell, general studies. Chanel D. Bush, broadcast journalism. Ashley N. Cooks, sociology. Lakita Corgwell, general studies. Ayana M. Crowder, general studies. Janae I. Davis Houston, biology. Joshua Devontae Ferris, general studies. Christian E. Fields, English. Lasha Mian Gant, criminal justice. Seth Andrew Gillenwater, corrections. Seth Andrew Gillenwater, criminal justice. Kiara Marshawn Green, sociology. Mariah Gwendolyn Hall, summa cum laude, biology. Mariah Gwendolyn Hall, general studies. Leuana Hankins, magna cum laude, biology. Jordan Harvin, general studies. Andrea Michelle Hill, summa cum laude, corrections. Andrea Michelle Hill, criminal justice. Jennifer H. Ho, biology. Justin L. Hooker, drafting and design. Justin L. Hooker, general studies. Keisha Trevenay Leancy Hauser, general studies. Jacelyn Chantel Hudgens, sociology. Nakila Humphrey, organizational leadership. Remy M. Jackson, general studies. Taylor B. Jackson, general studies. Miles Alexander James, corrections. Antonice Giselle Johnson, general studies. Kendra Asha Marie Johnson, general studies. Robert A. Johnson, English. Kiara Siobhan Jones, summa cum laude, corrections. Turayan DeQuez Jones, criminal justice. Esther L. Keener, corrections. Michelle Lefforge, organizational leadership. Tori Deanna Love, corrections. Tori Deanna Love, criminal justice. Jermaine Lyles, corrections. Tierra Elise Mann, general studies. Hannah E. Matthew, organizational leadership. Jordan McClellan, cum laude, technology. Brittany Anna L. McDowell, summa cum laude, chemistry. Gregory McDowell, general studies. Meshaia Cyan McGuire, criminal justice. Alexandria M. Millbrooks, drafting and design. Alexandria M. Millbrooks, technology. Michael W. Mills, criminal justice. Kayla A. Moore, biology. James R. Moore, corrections. Michael Dwayne Morris, magna cum laude, biology. Andre L. Nelson, general studies. Kendall May Odell, magna cum laude, biology. Shania R. Odom, corrections. Shania R. Odom, general studies. Ashant Ambabola Alanian, chemistry. Jordan Tyree Patman, general studies. Alicia Joelle Peel, corrections. Alicia Joelle Peel, criminal justice. Alicia Joelle Peel, general studies. Diamond Lynette Penny, general studies. Dejan Journey Roan, Organizational Leadership. Aaron D. Richardson, summa cum laude, Chemistry. Aaron D. Richardson, General Studies. Dion K. Robinson, magna cum laude, Chemistry. Ryan A. Robinson, Biology. Tatiana Alexis Marie Shaw, Corrections. Tatiana Alexis Marie Shaw, Criminal Justice. Tatiana Alexis Marie Shaw, General Studies. Kia Sion Simmons, General Studies. Antoine E. Small, Drafting and Design. Antoine E. Small, General Studies. Vanessa Lee Smith, General Studies. Mariah L. Sneed, Biology. Ivera Roxanne Tano, Criminal Justice. DeJounte Lamera Tramble, General Studies. Lorenzo D. Wheeler, General Studies. James E. White, Corrections. Alana Joy Williams, summa cum laude, Corrections. Alana Joy Williams, Criminal Justice. Daishia R. Wright, Corrections. Daishia R. Wright, Criminal Justice. Rodane Jabuin Urima, summa cum laude, Biology. Brianna Rochelle Rosario Zavala, Corrections.
Aaliyah D. Allison, Accounting. Tremaine L. Becknell Sr., Business Administration. Keto Malik Brown, magna cum laude, Management. Edward Bullock IV, Supply Chain Management. Taylor Annette Clemens, Business Administration. Ayana M. Crowder, Management. Brandon U. Ebogbeden, Management. Jasmine C. Elliott, Business Administration. Tyler Dwayne Fells, summa cum laude, Computer Science. Stefan Fletcher, Management. Keandria L. Ford, Accounting. Ryan S. Gibson, Accounting. Baldwin C. Hamilton Jr., Management. Keisha Trevenay Leonacy Hauser, Management. Devin J. Johnson, Management. Brandy K. Jones, Accounting. Brandy K. Jones, Financial Planning. Carrie L. Jones, Management. Derek W. Matzik, Management. Amber Wanisha Mitchell, summa cum laude, Accounting. Andre L. Nelson, Supply Chain Management. Jordan Tyree Patton, summa cum laude, Accounting. Devontae M. Patterson, Computer Science. Diamond Penny, Management. Tierra Lachelle Redfern, Management. Kearney Burnett Robinson, cum laude, Management. Dusty Darlene Rowland, summa cum laude, Accounting. Vanessa Lee Smith, summa cum laude, Accounting. Clifton M. Thurman, Economics. Janae Sharice Addison, Health, Physical Education, and Recreation. Crystal Danae Anderson, Health, Physical Education, and Recreation. Michael Andretti, Health, Physical Education, and Recreation. Dejanay Banks Hill, Liberal Education. Dilisa Wanice Beadle, Liberal Education. Aralessa Colena Bell, Health, Physical Education, and Recreation. Diane S. Bibbs, Liberal Education. Deja N. Black, Liberal Education. Stacy R. Blake, Liberal Education. Wanye Correll Burrell, Psychology. Megan Simone Bikes, Health, Physical Education, and Recreation. John Marcus L. Carruthers, Psychology. Brianne Lee Cherry, Psychology. Deja Simone Carolyn Childs, Health, Physical Education, and Recreation. Sierra N. Cody, Health, Physical Education, and Recreation. Kayla D. Colbert, liberal education. Paris Elizabeth Cortez, psychology. James Edward Cox, Jr., health, physical education, and recreation. Carolyn Akia Estwick, health, physical education, and recreation. Ayana A. Evans, psychology. Ashlyn Elizabeth Ferguson, health, physical education, and recreation. Corniqua Shadon Finch, health, physical education, and recreation. Naya B. Fowler, liberal education. Osceola R. Fox, rehabilitation services. Amandria R. Franklin, psychology. Robert L. Freeman, rehabilitation services. Eugene X. Fuller, health, physical education, and recreation. Sierra G. Gaddy, liberal education. Barry J. Handy, health, physical education, and recreation. Tania Nicole Hill, health, physical education, and recreation. Danielle M. Huff, rehabilitation services. Glenn D. Irons, liberal education. Tashiana Ashantier Irvin, psychology. Nia Renee Jackson, psychology. Brittany Nicole J., summa cum laude, liberal education. Jalea R. Johnson, liberal education. Kendra Asha Marie Johnson, psychology. Terrence X. Johnson, liberal education. Kai M. Kendrick, psychology. Ayana D. Liggins, psychology. Rogelio Jordan A. Lamone, health, physical education, and recreation. Autumn N. Lingerfelt, liberal education. Latarius Lloyd, health, physical education, and recreation. Tierra Elise Mann, liberal education. Deirdre Lynn Marsh, health, physical education, and recreation. Africa Rotunda Chu Mays, psychology. Felicia M. Mayfield, liberal education. Torrell D. Miles, rehabilitation services. Anisha Yvonne Moore, psychology. Grace W. Mungai, psychology. Princess D. Murphy, psychology. Kristen Ann Murrow, psychology. Cora M. Nixon, psychology. Dalen K. Person, health, physical education, and recreation. Destiny Ashay Petty, health, physical education, and recreation. Diamond Anae Petty, health, physical education, and recreation. 7. B. Hall Rideau, psychology. Taran Ray Riley, liberal education. Jamira R. Robinson, health, physical education, and recreation. Tara Morgan Satterwhite, liberal education. Ryan D. Scales, health, physical education, and recreation. Corian Session, health, physical education, and recreation. Kasia Cyan Simmons, health, physical education, and recreation. Michaela T. Cisco, psychology. Bridget Latrice Smith, rehabilitation services. Raven Simone Smith, health, physical education, and recreation. Dejante Lomara Tramble, summa cum laude, psychology. Maria Del Carmen Verduzco, summa cum laude, rehabilitation services. Brian L. Vinson, psychology. Kimberly A. Wells, rehabilitation services. Cartez J. Walker, health, physical education, and recreation. Kavina Louise Watley, health, physical education, and recreation. Jared Scott Weathers, summa cum laude, health, physical education, and recreation. Bradley Wells, health, physical education, and recreation. Lorenzo D. Wheeler, liberal education. Sylvana Marie Wiggins, psychology. Keith Wilson, rehabilitation services. Levante Darnell Wilson, liberal education. Riley Joe Wilson, summa cum laude, health, physical education, and recreation. Juana Denise Woods, liberal education. Malik A. Young, liberal education. Taylor Nicole Young, liberal education. Jordan Andretti, cum laude, nursing. Bailey Madison Applegate Bartley, nursing. Kylie Mackenzie Alston, magna cum laude, nursing. Nevada J. Batiste, nursing. Chelsea Battiest, nursing. Joy O. Ben, nursing. Crystal Deshawn Berry, health administration. Catherine E. Burney, magna cum laude, nursing. Miranda Eileen Brocard, magna cum laude, nursing. Mamie R. Burns, cum laude, nursing. Liliana Castaneda, nursing. Tamron LaShawn Chambers, health administration. Tia Clark, nursing. Mackenzie Elizabeth Cox, nursing. Brian Lee Curtis, nursing. Nikki M. Delaney, nursing. Chelsea McKell DeMarco, nursing. Valerie A. Gardner, nursing. Tasha J. Gilden, nursing. Mariah Danielle Gilliam, nursing. Brooke E. Hall, cum laude, nursing. Chelsea C. Hanna, cum laude, health administration. Brianna Lynn Harper, nursing. Brianna Elaine Howell, nursing. Katie L. Hunter, nursing. Carlissa E. Jackson, magna cum laude, nursing. Michaela L. Jones, magna cum laude, nursing. Kyle Nathaniel Jordan, nursing. Brendan M. Kawada, nursing. Lindsay Leanne Knight, nursing. Anisha D. Colley, nursing. Trayson R. Lee, nursing. Diana Lopez, nursing. Tashana T. Marshall, health administration. Felicia Ann Martinez, nursing. Brandon Jamal McCullum, nursing. Micah E. McCutcheon, nursing. Naomi Chanaza Mimi, nursing. Kripa Mishra, nursing. Janaya B. Morris, nursing. Tierra D. Napier, nursing. Alexandria Neely, public health. Nigudio Theko Kimbapwo, cum laude, nursing. Anna A. Ocampo, health administration. Desiree Osiki, nursing. Alexa A. Padilla Ruiz, nursing. Melinda Pescvan, nursing. Chuntani D. Peavy, nursing. Abraham Peters, cum laude, nursing. Mai Fan, cum laude, nursing. Lydia Nicole Phillips, magna cum laude, nursing. Victoria Regalado, cum laude, nursing. Shaquela N. Roberson, nursing. Amani P. Roberts, cum laude, health administration. Monique R. Robertson, cum laude, nursing. Justin Rouse, nursing. Erica N. Rumler, cum laude, nursing. Kyle C. Shores, health administration. Ashley G. Sims, magna cum laude, nursing. Angelique L. Sneed, health administration. Kimberly G. Storm, summa cum laude, nursing. Ye Thor, nursing. Deja R. Turner, public health. Kalia N. Underwood, health administration. Zachary S. Ward, nursing. Dieter X. Westerheide Jr., nursing. Beatrice N. Williams, nursing. Adriana Wilson, cum laude, nursing. Carrie Ann Zykfus, magna cum laude, nursing.
And now the moment we've all been waiting for. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education and the Board of Regents for the Oklahoma Mechanical and Agricultural Colleges, and upon the recommendation of the faculty of Langston University, over which I have the honor to preside, I do hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Bachelor of Arts in Education, Bachelor of Science in Education, Master of Education, Master of Rehabilitation Counseling, Master of Visual Rehabilitation Services, and Doctorate of Physical Therapy, according to the school in which you have qualified with all the rights and duties, privileges, and responsibilities which appertain thereunto. Graduates, please join me in this auspicious occasion. You may now turn your tassels from right to left, indicating your graduation from Langston University. Congratulations. We will now hear from Ms. Jamila Woodard, President of the Langston University National Alumni Association. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Woodard.
Hello, fellow alumni. I am Jamila Woodard, President of the Langston University National Alumni Association. As a member of LUNA, we welcome you to the new chapter of your life. Congratulations to all of you on your amazing accomplishments. I would now like to take a moment to officially welcome you to the lifelong family. Know you are among the privileged who have been nurtured in the spirit of many men and women who have passed this way and are rendering distinguished service to mankind because of LU's dedication to excellence for more than a century. Remember, you are recipients of a great and precious heritage. Know you have been trained by men and women who have passed on to you the very best that time and experience have given to them, and that you will do well to carry that dedication from Langston to the world. You shall strive with all our might and energy to prove ourselves worthy through our service to mankind. Know that you are solemnly promised to uphold LU and its commitment to education for service with your talents, your time, your energies, and your contributions, so that forevermore we shall all gaze with pride. Pledge to dedicate yourselves to the programs of Dear Langston and its traditions, and to work towards the improvement of the communities in which you live, and to make your lives count for much in service to mankind. You have earned the rite of passage to join the thousands of sons and daughters who continue to serve mankind throughout the world. By the power vested in me as the president of the Langston University National Alumni Association, I hereby welcome you into the Langston University National Alumni Association with all of the rights, duties, privileges, and responsibilities which appertain thereunto. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the Langston University virtual commencement. On behalf of the Langston University faculty, students, staff, and administrators, we thank you for watching and celebrating with us. If you are able to do so, please stand where you are for the singing of the university alma mater. We wish you well and Godspeed.
High on the throne with royal mien, where our hope and our mother stand, all gaze with pride upon the scene, high on a silvery strand, all gaze with pride upon the scene, where strive on with courage, thy honor strive to save. With a sis boom, ba, da hip, hooray, da hip, hip, hip.